Hey, welcome to the Team Babe podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm Babe.
And I'm Robin, and I'm Babe.
Hi, Babe.
Hey, Babe.
Well, we're coming to you, believe it or not, on 7/11.
Ooh, 7-Eleven.
Yeah, July 11th is the date of this recording. And in honor of that, we thought we would bring you all Slurpee wishes and big gulp dreams tonight.
Nice.
And hope that all of your dreams come true. And also, I mean, it's not 7-Eleven, but I think we'll throw in Toomgus. Too much good stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Bah.
No? With the red vine hair? Not your thing, huh?
That makes me feel gross.
Toomgus makes you feel that gross, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't think that AM/PM could do that to you.
It's like I always think 7-Eleven, Back to the Future. They're like, where'd you learn how to do that?
7-Eleven.
So maybe sometimes 7-Eleven can save your life.
It saved my life many times.
I know all those sips that you go get.
When I'm in the mood for a Diet Mountain Dew, except no substitute.
You know, when I went and bought lottery tickets at 7-Eleven for Christmas.
Did they recognize your name from how many times I've been there?
No. Charlie was like, have you ever been here before? And I was like, no, not to this particular one. It's not my spot, man.
Yeah, well, they have all that wonderful food and everything there, you know?
A wonderful food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boneless chicken wings and pizzas and all that good stuff, you know? Hot dogs.
Have you had it?
No, I can't eat that shit. You know this.
I know, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how the heck are you?
Dude, I am fucking great, man.
Wow.
So good. It's been like, I would say a good week and a half.
Yeah.
I would estimate, roughly, since we recorded.
Yeah.
So we had to get a little bit ahead of the curve because we did something special.
That's true.
Yeah, we've had a special trip that we'll tell you all about. But yeah, I don't know. It feels good to be back in the saddle here, man. Just, spitting hot fire.
I know, and we changed the set once again.
We like to keep you, the viewer, guessing.
But I think maybe this one we're going to keep for a while, you know?
This might be a keeper.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, tell us what you think. Do you like the split screen? Do you like this? Do you not give a fuck? You just want to see our faces, or do you just not want to see our faces and you just listen? Actually, you know what? Keep it to yourself. It's fine.
We're just going to do whatever.
We'll just do what we want, probably.
Yep.
But we hope you enjoy it one way or the other.
I know, right?
But, we're not your bitch.
Wow. You're going to drop the mic, too?
Yeah, that's the end of the episode.
Oh, wow.
All right. Okay. See you later.
Yeah.
Sayonara.
Yeah.
Signing off.
So where'd we go, babe?
Oh, well, we took a little 4th of July jaunt down to San Diego.
Yeah, it was a quick little jaunt. Just popped on over.
Popped on down there. A nice little 11-hour drive.
Uh-huh.
It took 11 hours coming back to, roughly. Maybe a little bit less.
A little bit less, yeah.
But yeah, we had a great time. It was nice. Visited some friends. Saw the sights. Had a few laughs. Did a bunch of fun stuff, man. It was good to get out of the old NorCal for
Get out of the 530 for a minute.
couple days, and we did our social distancing shit. We wore the masks.
Yep.
We didn't hug.
We didn't hug.
Shake hands. We didn't fist bump. We didn't,
we didn't share a Coke.
Make out with strangers.
We didn't share a Coke. We didn't blow up birthday candles. We didn't,
Yeah, what are some of the other things that we used to do that you could do?
Handshakes.
I guess if you smoked weed, you probably aren't going to be passing a joint around.
I hope not. Yuck.
What else?
Sharing food.
Sharing
drinks.
sharing drinks, sharing food. Just somebody coming, like your friend going, "Oh, what's that? Let me taste it." No. No, man.
Not going to happen.
When was your last COVID test?
Yeah. But it was beautiful. It was really beautiful down there. I mean, it was
stunning.
It was. There was some parts there I was like, whoa. We found the Beverly Hills of San Diego. and we found the Hollywood Hills of San Diego. Who knew? San Diego has all the things that LA offers.
Yeah.
Except for the movie industry, I suppose.
The movie, music industry,
Yeah.
the fashion, you know, and like way more Republicans.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I thought it was kind of funny. Like, we managed to take a trip in a pandemic, right? It was a little bit of a now or never kind of situation, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did. And honestly, there was mask wearing inside. There was people social distancing. I mean, all those things,
Yeah, people seem to be taking it pretty seriously down there.
Not so much on the boardwalk. I mean, that's where like everybody was.
That's where you get close, man. That's where you
let your ass hang out, like in the sun, so that people can view it from all angles, I mean, not my ass in particular.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't see you letting your ass hang out.
You know why? Because I got burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
Okay. If my ass had gotten burnt too, then I would have had to sit on it for 11 hours. So I'm really glad that I kept my sun cover up on my body. Whew.
Totally. Yeah, you got a little roasty toasty on the old legs there.
I sure did.
I did too.
They're still recovering.
I mean, I put on like tons of sunscreen.
I did too.
Like I didn't get burned that bad at all when we went to Hawaii, but for some reason like the San Diego thing did it. But I think it was like, not cloudy the entire time. It was just like sun.
It was
fairly hot, but yeah, man, beautiful. And my nose is getting a little peely.
I see. You got a little couple peels
my
there.
schnoz.
My hair is down, so you can't see the horror that is my shoulders. So that's where I got it the worst.
Yeah, your shoulders were kind of roasted, but your legs, fronts of your legs were kind of roasted too.
I know.
From that beach day.
Johanna was making fun of my white ghostly legs. I was like, well, now they're pink. Is that better?
Yeah. Not wait for long. But yeah, I'm a little susceptible to the sun,
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Getting roasted, man. And I was super careful. I put like sunscreen on like multiple times.
It was worth it. It was all worth
wore
it.
my sun, my sundress.
Wore my sundress too. Yeah, and we managed to like boogie board, and Charlie went surfboarding, and like surfboarding, surfing. There you go.
Surfboarding.
He was surfboarding. But he was actually pretty good. I was really surprised.
Yeah. I was surprised too. He was just like messing around in the whitewater and stuff, but he got up like 10 times or something like that and rode a wave like
pretty good. I was pretty
all
impressed.
the way into where he had to bail.
He's like a total surfer dude. So
yeah, and then you asked him at one point what where surfing rated, because he also like started snowboarding earlier this year, and he gave surfing number 1. So.
Oh gosh.
I think we probably have a lifer there.
Probably.
That's one of those things. It's like once you've ridden a motorcycle, you're always a motorcycle rider, except for me.
Well, it almost killed you, so.
Well, two wheels. I still do the 2-wheel thing. But yeah, once you surf, once you motorcycle ride, mountain bike or whatever.
Oh, that's true for me with horseback riding.
Yeah, man. Once a king or queen of Narnia, always a king or queen. I think, C.S. Lewis said it best. My homie, C.S.
Oh, yeah? Is that your homie?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, the other thing that we did on this vacation was, of course, we had to bring the Wii, we had to bring the video games, which was fine because, when you're in the car for 11 hours, I mean, that's, like, obviously a thing that, like, keeps your kids occupied. Believe me, like 3 years ago or so, I'd been like 100% no on that. But, things change.
Things change. Your husband goes rogue, and there's a pandemic. And then
it's summer vacation. I mean, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we bring that along. And so Charlie got to try Minecraft for pretty much the first time. I mean, he played it with friends, but.
Yeah.
And so so he really wanted me to try Minecraft, and I was like, okay, well, I'm on vacation. I'm not, I got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Not working. Sure, I'll give it a shot, And so he gets it all set up for me. We're doing the 2-player game, and I'm like, all right, so what am I supposed to do? And he's like, well, you're supposed to build a house. And I was like, okay. I was like, so just build a house anywhere? Yeah, just build a house anywhere. And I was like, well, all I have is this weird log thing. Am I supposed to build a house with a log? Like one log? He's like, no, you're supposed to build it with the blocks that are in your, whatever it's called. What is that called?
Your inventory?
Okay, your inventory. I was going to say your toolbox. Okay, so we're going along, and he's like going crazy, building like bombs up in the sky, and just he's making tables, and he's like constructing like a bow and arrow, and he's like collecting all this food, and I'm still just like trying to stop. Like every time I dig a hole, I dig the hole too deep, right?
So you can't get out.
Right. So then I can't get out of the hole. So I'm like, I'm in this hole. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? He's like, we're supposed to get out of the hole. I'm like, but I'm stuck in the hole. He's like, oh no, here, just do this and this and this. Okay. So I get out of the hole. And I'm like,
you're like the person in the multiplayer arcade game who like doesn't know what's going on and is just like running into the wall or the corner like for the whole time. Right. Like looking at another character or whatever.
So then I'm like...
Essentially like Pierce on Community when they do the video game episode.
Yeah. So then I'm like, all right, I'll just build something. So then I just start, like throwing these blocks down, right? And then I'm like, this isn't really like a house shape. So then I was like, I think this is just art. So then I made art. I was like, is that good enough? No, you have to make a house. I was like, why? Oh, because, the bad guys are going to come and you have to have a house. I'm like, where are they now? I don't see any bad guys. And then there are these pigs running around, right? I'm like, oh, pigs. Like, I better kill these pigs and, save them for later, for bacon or whatever. And they weren't. I tried to hack them up into bits with my log, and they wouldn't hack up into bits. They were like impervious. I was like, what is the point of these dumb pigs?
Yeah. Well, you didn't have any sort of like inkling that you should just like keep the pigs or something, like be a farmer. You just like instantly kill pigs.
Right. Well, why would I? What am I going to keep them in? This hole that I dug?
Well, you could like build some fencing.
Okay, well, anyway.
Start a little farm.
I never accomplished building the house. Okay, but I really gave it a good try. Okay, but here's what happened. Charlie's like just going to town. He's got his house half built. He's got like doors and windows. He's got a table, all this stuff. And I'm still trying to like stop making holes to fall in. And also I like cannot stack 2 blocks on top of each other. But I'm like really like, okay, I'm going to figure this out. Like, cause I never play video games. So I have to like learn the controller and everything, right? And so I'm like, it's like a half hour. I'm a half hour into it, and then like I realized I was asleep. No. Yeah. I was like fighting so hard to like stay awake. And I just realized that I couldn't physically stay awake anymore. Mm-hmm. I was like, Charlie, I have to take a nap. I'm sorry. And so
Minecraft really wasn't the like enthralling pastime that you thought maybe it would be, or that Charlie thought you would think it was.
I mean, the whole world loves Minecraft, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, obviously.
It's a very popular game.
Super popular.
Not the whole world.
There's 10,000.
Sure lots of people don't like it.
Toys, products, pillows. Everybody loves it. It's like a phenomenon. But I find it to be the most boring thing in the world. I mean, the pixels alone. I understand it's supposed to be pixelated, but for me, visually, it is extremely boring. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm in this thing and I'm just like stacking these brown squares.
Yeah, but you can make something, like you can make something gigantic or whatever, and then zoom out with your jetpack or whatever, and then like look at it, and it'll be all perfectly smooth and 3-dimensional and stuff like that. Like, you're a designer. It just seems like, I don't know. It seems like, I think you're just too old of a designer.
Ouch, man. What the fuck? That's so cruel.
No. It's not like that you're old, but that it's just a generational thing. It's like you missed the gaming designing women. You're more designing women than gaming designer.
I'll tell you what. If this game had some point to it, like collect all the cherries and save the princess. Okay. Alrighty. But just this build a house arbitrarily in the hopes that you'll need it someday is not really that captivating for me.
Yeah, I guess it's just not your thing. But yeah, your direct quote was, "I tried to hack up these pigs, but they were unhackable. Stupid pigs." Yeah. I think you were using a piece of wood. You weren't even using like a weapon of some kind.
Well, you could hack up pigs with a piece of wood if you had to, like in real life. You know, if that's all you had.
Like if you just dropped a big log on one,
yeah.
maybe. Or you tried to whack it. But yeah, I mean, you were unsuccessful.
So you love this game?
I don't love it.
Oh.
It's fine. I'm not like super crazy about Minecraft. Really, I think the only game that I really like, I mean, I bought several games and I've played them all since we got the Wii U. Well, I haven't played them all. But, you know, you don't see me spending as much time as I spent on Breath of the Wild.
True.
On those things. It's like I play it for a little bit and then I'm like, okay.
Well, maybe I should try that.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be more my speed.
Maybe you should. I mean, I think it really might be like just my cup of tea. Or whatever, you know?
Well, anyway, I gave it the old college try, you know? And
You did.
I'm the weirdo. I understand that.
Well, I think no, it was so funny hearing your review of the game that I think, I mean, I've seriously thought since then that maybe like we should take, you know, this podcast in the direction of you doing game reviews or whatever. Where like you have to play each game for 5 minutes and then you just talk about it in like the snarkiest way and like how it's a big piece of shit. It just made you fall asleep and stuff. But yeah, if you ever like a game, like, whoa.
I do like the original Mario. And I kind of like pinball.
Yeah, pinball's fun. I like pinball.
You know, but I'm not a big game person. Like, you know how we play games and stuff? So
Yeah.
like a board game.
Yeah.
And that's cool, you know, and I can do it one time. You know, like one round of something, but like the second round, I mean, it kind of hurts me a little bit. It's just not something I find super enjoyable, but
yeah. I think you should we have to do something where you just describe a game that you played for 5 minutes or whatever.
Well, hey, maybe
you play a game for 5 minutes and then you describe what it's about or whatever.
Okay.
Because like you had me cracking up last night talking about that and you describing Minecraft like
well, I
mean to a similar degree that I did when I first saw that thing where like somebody's mom was like telling the plot of the Star Wars movies or something like that. Like it was a video or an audio thing or something.
Yeah. Except I do resent the idea that I'm so old and out of it that this is why this is funny. I mean, I think if I had played this like 20 years ago, it had the same response. Like,
yeah, you just think it's a waste of time, which it is.
Oh, but I do
no
all kinds
point
of stuff that's a waste of time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, just something about it appeals to certain people and apparently doesn't to certain other people.
Yeah, it's probably good.
No,
you know?
I'm sure there are tons of people who don't like Minecraft.
It's probably all for the best that I'm not into that.
Well, it's your new YouTube channel, so you better get used to playing lots of games.
Wow.
They're only 5 minutes of each one and then giving a synopsis.
Okay.
On video.
Okay.
I think it could be huge.
What should I do that Batman one next time?
You might like that. I got to this part where before I forgot about playing it, where I was Catwoman and I think I was battling or trying to talk to Poison Ivy.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You know
I
much
know
I
you
like-
have. I know you have a weak spot for old. What's her name? Jeannie Jenkins. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what her name is.
Yeah. Old green eyes.
Yeah. So, what were some highlights for you of the whole San Diego trip, the whole experience?
Oh, I think when we went up to that Kate Sessions Park, that was in Pacific Beach. That was probably, it's funny, but that's like my big highlight takeaway.
That was like the end of the day on Friday. Like
We just gotten there, checked in our Airbnb. We were just like,
got some food.
yeah, we're like, hey, let's, we'll go check out this park that's like up the street or whatever, like on the Airbnb recommendation, and yeah, so we go up there and it's just what you'd expect, a nice little park on top of a hill.
Yeah, beautiful.
And the park itself structurally wasn't anything like unheard of, but we go up there and there's all these people out there picnicking and have their little blankets, and I'm like, wow,
Like hundreds of people.
I was like, wow, there's a lot of people up here. I was like, they must be doing like fireworks or something, because
Some
today
event.
is the day before the 4th of July or whatever. I was like, they must be waiting for something. So we get up there and like sit down on the bench and like look around, and I was like, oh, I don't think there is an event. Like, we just sat there for a while, and I was like Googling it. I was like, I wonder if there's fireworks. No. So then, like, it has this incredible view, of the water and like downtown San Diego, like from this hill, and the grass is green and there's no trash and there's really like no homeless people, and it's just kind of like a really diverse mix of people.
Yeah, very idyllic.
All social distanced on their little spots, and then people had all these wonderfully groomed dogs that were off leash, all frolicking about through the park,
Getting along.
getting along with each other and strangers.
Like, I don't think these dogs even shit.
Yeah. And everybody's
They just hold it in all day because they're from San Diego or something.
I don't know. It was amazing. It was like a movie. It was like Central Park.
Yeah.
In a movie, like from the 70s or something. I was like, what is happening here?
This totally didn't compute.
No.
And, you're walking up the hill and you get up there and then you turn around and it's this amazing view. And we go and we sit for a while and we're just hanging out, enjoying it. And then, like, there's some commotion or whatever, and, like, somebody's getting married or somebody proposed to somebody. Like, there's so many people in the fucking park, we couldn't even see what happened, really.
And everybody's
But,
clapping.
Like, everybody's like, oh,
Yeah.
yay, or whatever, because apparently, like, she said yes, or she got married in a fever or something like that. I don't know.
No, it's me.
Oh, right, that was you. Yeah, sorry. I get you mixed up with that lady. That I don't know from San Diego.
Cool. Yeah. So like, that was my big like hillbilly moment.
Kate Sessions Park.
I was like, wow.
Like,
this
community togetherness.
This makes me feel like a fool. Like obviously.
You're so antisocial. You hate neighbors and all this shit. Like, based on how you grew up and stuff. So what do you expect? But, you get up there and it makes you wonder, like, what if you'd grown up somewhere where you had to, like, be around people?
Well,
what would that do? Would that have made you work? Would that have turned you into, like, fucking, Ted Bundy or something like that?
being around people would have turned me into Ted Bundy.
The Unabomber or whatever, Like, would you have gone crazy and then, like, sent nail bombs to everybody or something?
I see. So you're saying, would my...
or would you be, like, a caring, compassionate, like, community-minded babe? instead,
So
like you are today.
I'm feeling very misunderstood tonight. Just so you know, I mean, first I'm old, and now I'm like Ted Bundy. Like, what is happening? Like, dude,
Sorry.
what is up
I'm
with
not
you?
trying to, make you like
A villain?
villain.
It just comes naturally. Well, I'll tell you what. Like,
Just doing what comes easy to a fool.
the idea of like spending time with people at a park doesn't bother me. You know, I'm not like a isolationist. You know,
Right, but I mean, you have had those tendencies because you grew up on like a piece of property and all this without like neighbors close by. Like you don't
that's
like
right.
neighbors.
That's
you don't
right.
like people getting in your business.
I mean, I will admit that I am an introvert, and when I am at home, home is the recharging station. Okay,
Yeah.
where I need to be without other people and their interruptions. Mostly. You know what I mean? Like for me, having a neighbor coming over all the time, just dropping in, to chat or wanting something all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does bother me because I kind of feel like when I go home, that's where I go to be without other people in the world.
Like don't fuck with me because I'm at home, man. I'm recharging
But I
the
need
batteries.
that. I have to be away from people at certain times in order to be with them again. You know, does that make sense? Like,
Yeah. Do you suppose that maybe the fact that we're both introverts has anything to do with the fact that we only have like 250,000 subscribers? Like if one of us was an extrovert, do you think maybe we'd have like 1 million by now?
well, it's a fine line, man. I mean, when you're an introvert, sometimes you're like a little bit humble and you kind of like stop vomiting your information into people's faces. And when you're an extrovert and you want everybody to know everything about you, then people are like, hey, back up, you know? So
Yeah.
it's a fine line. I think we
Totally.
could do a better job of connecting with people, though.
Totally. We could. And we will.
Okay.
I think we will. I mean, we're connecting with people right now. You tell us. Are we connecting with people? I guess if you tell us anything, then yeah, we are.
What is your big moment from the San Diego trip?
Yeah, I think we all had like a magic moment.
Yeah.
At some point, maybe multiple ones, but the one that like stands out to me is like we went to this paraglider like port place like in San Diego, like right around the university, and create like beautiful scene, like this big cliff area, and this grassy knoll.
Yep.
That had nothing to do with the assassination or whatever, different grassy knoll. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful idyllic scene. We're there with friends having some tacos, just hanging out, a little picnic. And then like I didn't think anybody would, this is like a place where paragliders take off and fly from or whatever. I didn't think anybody would be like actually like doing that while we were there, because like everybody was all over the like takeoff area or whatever. But this guy did. And like I was like, what the fuck is this dude doing? What? Oh, he's gonna do this right now. Okay. All right. Well, I guess he knows what he's doing, like, or whatever. And so he gets the thing up and he like, whoa, the fucking thing's in the air or whatever, like, and he's like moving it around and getting it right and everything, and then takes off.
That was weird.
It's like flying, and I was just like dumbfounded.
Yeah.
In disbelief.
Your jaw was like on the grass. Because
like I've seen people paraglide before, and I've seen lots of video and and stuff of it. Like, but I was at a place where people were taking off paragliding before, but it was like out in southwestern Shasta County, which was beautiful too, but there weren't like big updrafts and stuff. So this guy takes off, and I'm just like in awe of this, because he's just like, like moon bouncing.
Yeah, it
And
was
then gets
just
out there
floating.
and then takes this thing and like does like a few like loops or whatever, and then like it goes up. Like he's riding these thermal currents or whatever. And then comes back and lands at the same place.
Right.
I'm just like, what?
He had so much control.
You can do that?
Yeah.
And it was light wind too.
Yeah.
Like it was not very windy.
No.
Like he was kind of talking with somebody as he was taking off, like going, oh man, I don't want to end up down on the beach.
Right.
Or whatever. Because then you have to like walk like a long ways back up.
Right.
And I was like, well, you're going to fucking end up way over there or
No,
something.
he just like, it was weird. It was like he was just standing there and then he just like kind of lifted his feet up and then he was like, you know, sailing over 100-foot cliff or whatever.
Yeah. Several hundred feet. Yeah. And like, that's the dream, man. That's like what everybody who does any sort of like action sport is trying to get their action on.
The air.
They're trying to fly.
Yeah.
Like if you're riding a bike, you're trying to fly. If you're skiing, you're flying. Basically, because you're like
is that what's wrong with me? Is that I don't want to fly? Like, I don't do sports that involve those kinds of flying activities. You know, like horseback riding's pretty much connected to the ground. Tennis, swimming. Like, there's no, you know, so flying. I don't know what.
Well, you wanted to snowboard.
Yeah, I did.
But that was mostly for the look, right?
Yeah.
To go to those white fur, like snow bunny.
The clothes, you know.
Just wanted to be cool, man.
Oh, still do.
Well, you are cool in my book, babe.
Oh, I don't know, man. You're backpedaling now.
So, yeah, we do have to share a bed later. So,
do we? Just kidding. Yes.
Oh my God.
Of course, my darling. Yes. So
I
like,
didn't mean anything by it.
Okay. I believe you. Yeah. So like when we were heading back, in the car, we did a genius thing.
Yeah.
We have a life hack for you all.
Yeah. I don't know why we never thought of this because it makes so much sense. But all you have to do is take shifts driving, like 1.5 to 2 hours a piece, maybe 2.5 if you want to push it. Switch.
I know.
Drive with another adult and then switch off. Dude, why did we never think of that before?
I don't know.
I mean, we would switch off, but it'd be like after 4 or 5 hours. But like by the time you're just completely fucked.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh God, I hate my life or whatever. But yeah, no, it made like an 11-hour drive. Like not too shabby.
Yeah.
I mean, it still sucked, mostly coming back, but it was nowhere near as bad as like last time.
Yeah. Yeah. We listened to some podcasts and we listened to The Dream.
Yeah, new season. All right, it's not new now, but new to us season of The Dream. That's all about the health and wellness industry or whatever.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. No, if you love your crystals and your oils, don't listen to it. But it was good. It was like perfect for Southern California, you know.
Totally.
Visit. So that was
yeah,
good.
so we did that. I learned that for whatever reason, just like sitting in a car, usually driving, but even sitting in the passenger seat a little bit, like my hamstrings just turned to like red hot pokers of lava flowing down the backs of my legs.
Wow.
Really weird.
Wow.
Poking lava. Yeah.
Wow.
Like it is gnarly. I don't know why. But like maybe that's why why the trainers say my lateral hamstrings are so fucked up. But like from driving,
I doubt it.
Because I haven't driven that much.
No.
So yeah, it's just other shit.
Maybe it was soccer and not stretching.
I stretched when I played soccer, but probably not as much as I should have.
Yeah. You know,
but
goes.
I mean, sitting like totally shortens all your shit in the back of your legs and fucks you all up. That's why they say it's the new smoking, but it's probably the old smoking now.
Old smoking.
The old smoking. Sitting is the old smoking now. The new smoking is getting COVID-19 and having a fucking aneurysm or something.
Yeah, so I do feel like we narrowly escaped during the pandemic as far as traveling goes.
Yeah.
It's not looking so hot out there.
We made it in under the wire.
I think so. And I'm glad we did, because I get real like trapped rat in a cage, like even if I don't want to travel, it's just the idea that I have to stay home.
Yeah.
It makes me a little cuckoo sometimes, So that was good. If that's my only dose, then I'll behave.
Yeah.
I swear I'll behave.
Totally. Well, yeah, it was crazy. Like we traveled, the length of California and back, and we, went through all these cities. Sacramento, Stockton,
right,
Los Angeles, Fresno.
Although we didn't even bother to stop in LA because it's so shut down.
Yeah, we didn't. We just drove right through LA. The 405 was like the way to go according to the maps. But one place we didn't go was Palo Alto.
Yeah, I was a little bit off the beaten path for this trip.
I was a little out of the way. But Palo Alto just so happens to be this week's installment of the COVID-19 mixtape, number 18 on the list.
Ooh.
The penultimate mixtape track.
And what is the definition of penultimate?
That's the next to last.
Ah, the ultimate's the last?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I thought the ultimate was the best, but perhaps it is also the last. It is the only one, right?
I guess. Yeah, anyway, the track is Palo Alto by Radiohead, which is like a B-side off of No Surprises from OK Computer.
Yeah, so we're talking like 1997, 98, right?
Yeah, 98, I think it came out. I think that's when like the No Surprises like single came out, and then they released the B-side. And yeah, so we're almost there, baby. We're almost done with the mixtape, and this is a killer track, man. I think my friend Josh put this on a either a tape or CD that he made for me. That was some mix, and it had a bunch of shit I'd never heard before, and this one got me.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I did not actually hear it at all until I just recently went back and listened to OK Computer, but it's a re-release, and so it's called like OK Not OK, and it came out like in 2018, so it's like the 20-year anniversary or whatever edition. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I hadn't heard this. Because I also can't believe it's a B-side, because it's so good. It should have been on the album. But I know why they didn't put it on there. It's because they used a lot of the same sounds as they did on OK Computer, the hit, the single.
On this.
Yeah.
On this track.
Yeah.
See, this track to me reminds me more of, I think it's like a holdover, or one that was probably from like the Benz era or something, or in betweener between the Benz and OK Computer. Because to me it has much more of a the Benz.
It does. It
vibe
has that
to
too.
It. It's not as like, I don't know, crazy, I don't know, as modern and processed sounding. But like this track has this weird like counter melody, this kind of twangy, weird, Johnny Greenwood guitar shit going on, like, most Radiohead songs do. But it's pretty cool. And yeah, I think the other thing is that like a lot of the themes and stuff are pretty similar, like to many other Radiohead songs from both of those albums. I
think like they probably wrote this during the Benz, and then they probably were like, hey, why don't we put this on this album and kind of rework it? And it was
let's hold off from committing suicide just yet.
That's the thing about Radiohead, is I always felt like these guys aren't gonna last.
These guys aren't gonna last.
No, like I thought they'd all be dead.
Wow, joke's on you, man.
I know.
Jesus.
I know. I mean,
they're still going.
I know, and I really, so I hated this album when it came out. OK Computer.
Yeah.
I despised it. I just really couldn't get down with it at all. And then I kind of came around to like it, but not until like 2003. It took me like 5 years to kind of like process it. I found it very upsetting. This whole idea of OK Computer take over, all this, you know?
Yeah.
Society is doomed, and the robot overlords will now eat your brains, and like, you know, that's all there is. So good luck.
Well, it kind of came out like right during the band.
Yeah, it did.
Right during Water Mesa or whatever. And we had this whole thing. I don't know if you were going to talk about this, but we had this whole thing where we were all totally obsessed with that Paranoid Android song, I think, that was like, I don't know, you seemed to be also, but Josh and I were definitely obsessed with it. And like, it was probably you. You're the influence that was like, this is evil or whatever. This is fucked up.
Well, it was fucked up. I mean, it's very dark. Like, there's no doubt.
Yeah, but why are you taking it so serious, man?
Because it's art.
Yeah, but it's just a song.
Oh, please. This
Bitch, please.
This from the person that like was so in love with this band, right? I mean, give me a break, dude. Don't take it so seriously. I mean, ha.
Are you gonna blow up my spot right now?
I mean, you and Josh are the definition of people that took music too seriously. I was more the person that didn't really take it all that seriously. It was only after, like, I had all the, you know, curtains pulled back on music to be like, oh, well, shit. Like, this is probably maybe not something you want to just let into your brain all the time. It's very dark, and it's very sad, and it's very hopeless. And like, that was why it wasn't so much that I was like, that was going to turn you into a devil worshiper or something. I mean, you already were. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was just more like, boy, this is no fun. Like, this is like not what I was expecting or anticipating.
Yeah.
Not only is it not sad in a romantic way, you know, it is like gross in a certain way, and it's just like offensive. Like, I found it offensive. I was just like, you know what? I don't need that. So I was really the one who was like, I won't listen to this. This isn't for me.
But it was funny, like, when you made that decision or whatever, we're all like, yeah. And we like fucking got rid of our OK Computer records and all this stuff and like wouldn't listen to it for a while. And it took a while. And I forgot about this, but I kind of did a similar thing with that Tool Anima album or whatever.
Yeah, it's very dark also. But I don't think I was the person
just super angry
that told you how to do that.
Right. I had to put that one aside for a while.
That was you. You were like deeply obsessed by it. I mean, I think like anytime you're deeply obsessed with anything, you run into the unhealthy realm. And I think I've been there too. You just have to stop. You know, it's like,
just had to blow the whistle for a while. That was probably a good move, but it was funny that you were able to influence us that way.
The apprentice became the master.
but it's like you hadn't been in any other way seemingly up until that point as far as the band went.
Right. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why you cared about that opinion and not other opinions. I mean, maybe
I cared about other opinions.
I mean, maybe in regard to music, I mean,
no.
Okay. But maybe
not music. Don't be ridiculous.
I'd earned my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I did feel really strongly about it. I think like Radiohead is a band that is super analytical and like very removed from fun. They're very removed from like, you know, humanity in a way. They're just very above.
Yeah. Like
above
it seems like you could put Radiohead on like one side of the spectrum and like Flaming Lips like on the other side, and it would be like as far apart as you could get almost.
Pretty much.
As far as like white rock bands.
Sure.
Or
Alt rock.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably true. But the funny thing is that like I have in the last couple of years or whatever come to love this album and all of its B-sides and all of that shit.
And in fact, I heard that you have a real treat for the listeners tonight.
I do not.
I heard that you have,
but dude,
your performance of the bass line of this song, Palo Alto, ready to go for everybody tonight.
Dude, I am so gonna call
let's
you out.
Take it away. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, and a go.
Oh man,
no,
you're the worst. I'll tell you, I do want to learn this bass line.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on my list. All right, I already attempted another track off the same album.
Yeah. Well, yeah, off of OK Computer.
It was Airbag. And yeah, I mean, like I felt okay about it.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I can still read tab. Some things you don't forget, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It's no Minecraft, I'll say that.
You mean in that you stay awake?
Yeah, I can stay awake for it, you know?
And you don't hate it because you can't effectively kill the piggies?
Right. Well, I also don't hate it because I'm no good at it, but I still like it. Anyway, I do not have it ready. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because I was building this set.
You were building a religion.
Yeah.
That was last week. Sorry.
I built this set today.
Yeah. Well, nice job because it looks wonderful. It looks marvelous.
So I had to sacrifice that time.
Otherwise, you would have been rocking out right now.
Maybe I'll save that for like an Instagram story. You know what I mean? Maybe that's tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
I mean, we have a couple of ideas for potential segments, and I gotta say that's probably one of them.
Me playing songs.
Yeah, Babe's bass solos.
And what, you're gonna sit here and laugh? being a bass player for real, you're gonna sit here and critique it? Oof.
Oh my god, that would be so painful.
Wow.
No, I would never do that.
Sure you would. You do it all the time. Okay, what else? What other segments are we going to
do? Another one, thing that you suggested had something to do with a certain adolescent or prepubescent girl's poetry scrawlings.
Well, I figured, hey, you know, when you've got a 2-inch binder, right, chock full of horrible, poorly written poetry, why not share it? I'll have you read it. I think it'll be funnier that way.
If I read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
poetry corner.
Well, we'll see if any of those are worthy of you.
Oh, you mean like you're gonna vet them all?
Yeah, I'll go through them and read them, and I might have some notes. Like, here's how you could make this rhyme better. Your meter is off here. Don't quite have the right number of syllables.
Oh, I'm gonna get you. I am gonna get you, sucker.
Right after this episode, I will be tackled to the ground.
Wow.
Taken down.
I wonder what I'd have to do to really, really impress you, you know? Like, I wonder, what would that be? If you think of it, tell me.
I mean, you do it every day.
Well... Well, that's sweet, but I mean, like, you know, like a real...
That's right, man. When you walk by and I take a look at that fine body.
Oh, I see. Okay. I got it. Man, you're just digging this hole so deep. Good God. Oh, woo. It's a good thing we know each other so well.
Yeah. And that...
Oh, has to do with me end. Wow. Take a second here.
Yeah.
So like we do have some new stuff coming out.
Yeah.
We have some new ideas. So like just as a heads up, right? We got one more track on this playlist, right? And then new stuff's coming.
Yeah, COVID-19 number 19
Is next week.
is coming very soon.
And we're
that's going to kind of be the end of an era,
in a way.
if you will.
I mean, we thought we'd wait out this COVID thing for 19 weeks and it'd be pretty much over.
I mean, we thought originally we had like 10 episodes in us. We didn't realize that we would be so prolific as to put out a new episode every fucking week for like over a year.
Yeah. That was a surprise to us. Yeah.
You know, really enjoy it or whatever. And, you know, hopefully some people are listening and enjoying it too. But whatever.
Right.
It's all good. But yeah, you know, we've got hopes and dreams, man, like anybody else out there, you know? We want to make it.
We want to make it right.
Yeah,
we
want this to be special.
Yeah.
A special thing. So anyway, I don't know. We've been thinking about it a lot. We got some ideas, man.
Stay tuned.
And we're drawing we're going to draw this chapter to a close. Not like this one tonight. We can still talk or whatever, but
are you feeling verklempt?
Me?
Because of drawing COVID to a close, you know?
Drawing COVID to a close?
I mean, the mixtape of COVID. Okay.
If COVID could come to a close,
we'd be
just
geniuses, right? Yeah.
Well,
right.
Jesus Christ, you saw, I mean, I never thought I'd see it. You saw a picture today of Trump in a mask.
I know. I never thought I'd see it either.
Yeah. I mean, the world has gone topsy-turvy, folks. I don't know, not this week, but last week Mike Pence wore a mask. Now Trump's wearing a fucking mask.
It's about time.
Has this world come to? Where are our people who are trying to protect our freedoms?
Well, they're
when
out there.
When are they going to pry this mask from my dead cold finger?
I mean, they're out there infecting the masses.
Oh.
They're doing their part.
Got to do your part.
You know, to exercise their freedoms. Good for them. That's really working out well. I feel like everybody really appreciates it.
Yeah.
Especially the rest of the world that has banned America from visiting them ever probably again in any sort of, you know, relative time frame.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what I just remembered is like we never talked about why Palo Alto is on this playlist.
Well, let's talk about it, man.
Really?
Let's chat it up.
Well, hey, why do you think it is? What made you think of this song for when you thought of a horrific pandemic?
Right. Well,
because I mean, we touched on some of the themes or whatever, but like, and I mean, I think it really fits. Like, you know, I've said this several weeks in a row now, but check out the lyrics. It's like, you know, Palo Alto, whatever, like tech utopia, right? Especially in like the 90s, 2000s.
Utopia, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, trying to build a religion based on technology or whatever, and like, you know, it's successful.
So Palo Alto, I mean, like it is the reason that we're able to do things like get your groceries delivered or you know, talk to people on social media, although
work from home.
That could go really poorly.
The social media thing hasn't been working out great.
Yeah, it's not great. It isn't very helpful.
Yeah. That
whole staying connected thing, I think the original purpose was not stay connected through hatred, but that's sort of what it's mostly turned into.
Or at the very least through like confusion and anger.
Right. But nonetheless, Palo Alto is like Silicon Valley and all that stuff is what's helping to sort of keep things together through this completely crazy time. I think if we didn't have the tech that we do right now, it would be just like mass hysteria in a way, you know?
Yeah.
And
it's kind of hard to say. I was just thinking about that, and like, so if we didn't have the tech, would we all have these jobs that then it would have been a big deal to like go home? Like, would we just be living in caves or something? Like what?
Well, think about
and then we'd be really socially distant because we wouldn't be hanging out.
Well, if it was 1918 or 1920, 100 years ago, think about that. Okay, there's this horrible pandemic.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be, maybe some people aren't even talking on the phone. Like you're alone, you know?
Yeah, but you're probably used to being alone.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm curious. I got to read like what it was like like what people did and shit.
They probably read a
Were
lot
they
of
like,
books.
fuck masks, man?
Yeah, that is why it became such a horrible pandemic. They made laws about wearing masks, and then someone caught like a governor or a mayor not wearing one, like took a picture of him, or he appeared at a public, event, and then everybody was like, "Fuck that! I'm not gonna wear a mask." And the guy that apparently the guy that originally was like everybody's got to wear a mask to get this pandemic under control, they put him in an insane asylum. So, this mask wearing is like got a real deep, upsetting, meaning for a lot of people. I don't really understand it personally.
It's got
I
a
don't
long
care.
history, apparently.
I really don't care about
Yeah.
it. Doesn't, me wearing a mask and not wearing a mask is like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing is, like, nobody has really had to do that here since then.
Exactly.
So for more than 100 years, so almost nobody is alive.
Right. That can remember that time yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So what the fuck?
But yeah, we're acting the exact same way as Americans as a whole as we did in 1918.
Yeah. It's almost like people kind of like do the same shit over and over
They
and
sure
over
do.
again.
They really relish it too.
Yeah, like sometimes they do like 59 episodes of a podcast.
And then
other times they complain about masks 100 years apart.
True. True.
And then sometimes they drink all their wine.
Oh, look at you.
And they get really lonely.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, would you like some of my wine?
No, I won't take your wine. But maybe I'll wrap up the episode.
Oh.
And we'll have a hearty cup of mead.
So, that sounds good. The only other thing that I want to say is that my real reason for putting this song or suggesting to put this song on this mixtape is that when I ask people during this pandemic, how are you? Because that's just how I talk to people. I'll be like, hey, how are you?
Yeah. That's like your go-to greeting.
Just my go-to. I just say it. I don't think about it. Some people are like, I don't know. And some people are like, okay, I guess. How are you?
Some people, it sounds like, just gesticulate wildly with their hands.
Yeah,
They're
some
so
people are like
confused. Like, how do I answer this shit? Yeah, and that's like, what is that? That's like the chorus of the song. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm okay. How are you? Thanks for asking.
Thanks for asking.
I hope you're okay too. But,
Yeah.
it's like now I think people are
like, obviously, that's tongue in cheek. Like, we're faking it.
yeah,
We're all
we're
like,
always faking it.
I'm great. I'm in Silicon Valley.
I'm super stressed. I'm totally burned out. But I'm great. Everything's great.
I'm living the American dream,
I'm
and it's
living
great.
the dream.
But now, like, this is a huge reckoning.
Yeah.
Because, like, now people are like, I don't know how to answer that question. Like, it's so fucked up. Like, I can't fake it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's really shitty, the reason for it, but, like...
But if it makes people more genuine, sure. But if it makes people, like, collapse because of extreme sadness or
get sick and die.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah, then we're not for that.
No, but...
Yeah, we will decidedly, like, not be for dying.
But, at the end of the day, I am okay. I'm lucky.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay. How about you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
Well, I hope you're okay too.
Yeah. I've decided, I guess, that I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, you kind of just have to, like, there's like, so why be miserable? Like, if you don't have a good reason for it, like, why just be miserable? Because, like, you could at least be, like, I don't know, recording 59 episodes of a podcast. or having a glass of wine with your lover.
Yes, my darling.
So we're trying to keep it positive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the COVID-19 mixtape. Morbid.
Well,
But I think we put some good songs into it.
I think so. I'm feeling good about the mixtape. I'm feeling good about the flow. I'm excited to wrap it up next week
I'm feeling the flow.
and drop that last hot track. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. And that's coming.
And that's coming, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about what's next, because we're making schemes, we're making plans.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be more than just poetry.
Way more. There's going to be jams. Babe jams.
The pressure. You know, tomorrow, I'm gonna totally get on that bass line, man.
Yeah.
You are gonna be so impressed.
I am. I'm
Of
already
course,
impressed.
You could sit down and play it in about 2 minutes, but I'll spend 2 hours just trying to get the first, couple bars. It'll be good. It'll be all good. Maybe you can play guitar.
Yeah.
We could be a band.
Yeah, man.
You know, a band that plays covers.
Yeah, all day. We play the COVID-19 mixtape for everybody all day and all night.
I want to make this mixtape into a real tape.
Yeah. Yeah. Cassettes. Stay
More,
tuned.
Yeah. More on that later.
Well, if I'm going to be okay with anybody, babe, because I'm okay, I know that you are, then it's going to be with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't be okay with anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so XOXO.
Love you, babe.
Gossip Girl.
Oh, but I love you. I know. You're not Gossip Girl. Come on now. Don't do that.
I love you, babe.
I love you too.